Be prepared. Something extraordinary just happened. Today, Schumann Resonance just surged to power 52. And that number? It's not just data. It's a pulse, a signal, a cosmic wake-up call. Maybe you didn't know what it was, but maybe, just maybe, you felt it. Maybe you woke up feeling off, dizzy, wired, tired for no reason. Maybe your emotions were a little more intense, or maybe you had the strange sense that time wasn't behaving the same way it used to, that something in the air, in your body, in your soul, had shifted. You're not imagining it. You're not alone. And no, it's not just another weird day. This is the Earth speaking in her original language, vibration. And if you're tuning in, if something deep within you stirred when this wave hit, then you're being called. Because this spike, it's not just energy, it's alignment, it's acceleration, it's an invitation to awaken. So let's go deeper into what this surge really means, why your body and soul are reacting, and how you can ride this wave with clarity, power, and purpose. And this is your moment to remember why. Have you ever felt something stir deep within you, and you couldn't quite explain it? Maybe it was a rush of energy pulsing through your body. Maybe it was a night filled with dreams so vivid they clung to you the next morning like they had something important to say. Maybe your heart raced for no clear reason, or you suddenly felt like you were floating in and out of time, deeply connected to something far beyond what the eye can see. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not imagining it. There's something real happening, and it all connects to what many are now calling Power 52. This isn't just a term. It's not just another trending number being tossed around in spiritual communities or by wellness gurus. Power 52 refers to a profound spike in energetic frequency, and it matters more than most of us realize. This spike isn't ordinary. In fact, it's one of those moments that carries a ripple effect across both the collective and the personal. It's an invitation, a wake-up call from the universe itself. When energy shifts on this scale, it doesn't just pass through unnoticed. It touches every part of us, our minds, our emotions, our bodies, even our spiritual awareness. You might find yourself feeling unusually sensitive. Things that used to slide off your back might suddenly carry more emotional weight. Or the opposite, you might experience a strange sense of detachment, like you're observing life from a step outside your usual frame of reference. These are not symptoms of something wrong. These are responses, real, valid, and powerful responses to a massive energetic upgrade. And here's the thing, our bodies are incredible instruments. Whether we realize it or not, they are constantly scanning, tuning, aligning. So when the energetic climate shifts, especially when it jumps like it has with Power 52, our systems pick it up, even before we can explain it, even before we can give it language. That's why so many people report similar sensations around these times: heart palpitations, pressure in the head or chest, sleepless nights, powerful dreams, or even spontaneous emotional releases that feel like they come out of nowhere. It can be disorienting, no doubt, but it's also deeply affirming because it's a sign that your body is awake, your energy field is awake. You are not just a passive participant in this cosmic dance. You are a tuned-in, highly intelligent part of a much greater whole. That restlessness you might be feeling, that sense that something big is on the horizon, you're not crazy, you're just aligned. And what's more, these energetic spikes often come with clarity, with insight, with an internal knowing that cuts through the noise and says, this is what really matters. It's not unusual to find yourself suddenly questioning old beliefs, shedding limiting stories, or feeling a pull towards something more authentic, more meaningful. That's not just a phase, it's transformation. And Power 52? It's acting like a catalyst. It's like the volume on life has been turned up. Your intuition might be speaking louder now. Your senses might be heightened. And maybe, just maybe, you're starting to remember who you really are, before the world told you who you should be. This is what energetic shifts like this are really about. Not just strange symptoms or mystical language, but a return to your true self, a reawakening of the parts of you that have always been powerful, but perhaps went quiet while you navigated a world that wasn't always ready for your light. So if you're feeling this spike in your body, in your thoughts, in your relationships, honor it. Let it be a guide. Let it be a sign that you are ready to evolve. And yes, it might come with discomfort. All transformation does. But discomfort isn't a punishment. It's a teacher. It's a signal that the old is breaking apart, so something new can take its place. And that new version of you, it's clearer, stronger, more aligned, more open, more ready than ever to step into your purpose. You might notice synchronicities speeding up, a conversation that seems to arrive at the perfect moment, a song that plays when you need it most, a sudden flash of insight that lights a fire in your soul. These aren't coincidences, they're confirmations, signs that you're plugged in to the frequency of your own becoming. Power 52 is not just an energetic number. It's a reflection of what's possible when collective consciousness begins to rise and individuals like you start to listen. Really listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart, your gut, your entire being. That inner knowing, it's real, and it's time to trust it. You are not broken. You are not behind. You're in the middle of an incredible shift. One that's asking you to let go of the small, outdated version of yourself and step fully into the radiant, powerful being you truly are. You've always had this power, but now the world is ready for you to remember it. So when you hear Power 52, don't just think of a number or a spike on a graph. Think of it as a portal, an opening, an energetic moment in time that invites you to rise, to expand, to activate the parts of you that have been waiting patiently for your permission to shine. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself be curious. Let yourself be amazed. This moment isn't random. It's a response to everything you've been asking for, whether you realized it or not. It's the universe saying, "You're ready. Let's begin." There's something fascinating about the way we're wired, not just biologically, but energetically, emotionally, spiritually. We're not just bodies moving through the world. We're antennas, constantly picking up signals, tuning into rhythms far older and wiser than our conscious minds can fully grasp. So when we talk about the rising frequencies, these massive energetic spikes like Power 52, we're not just talking about a concept or a distant phenomenon. We're talking about something that's happening in you, through you, around you. This isn't abstract, it's personal. The Schumann Resonance, sometimes called the heartbeat of the Earth, is one of those frequencies that our entire system responds to, whether we're aware of it or not. It pulses at a base frequency of around 7.83 Hz, and for decades, that steady rhythm quietly held space for life on this planet. But recently, something's changed. These waves are surging, spiking in ways that are impossible to ignore. Science can track the spikes, but what's just as real and maybe even more meaningful, is how we feel them. Your body knows. Your nervous system knows. Long before your brain catches up with what's happening, your body is already adjusting, recalibrating, trying to find balance in a new field of energy. That tension in your shoulders that seems to show up out of nowhere, that sudden fatigue that sweeps over you even after a full night's sleep, that jolt of restlessness that keeps you tossing and turning in bed. All of it could be your system responding to these frequencies, not malfunctioning, responding. And it's not just the body. Our emotions ride these waves too. There might be days when you feel incredibly raw, like your heart is just sitting wide open on your sleeve. Or you may swing between deep reflection and sudden bursts of joy or sadness. This emotional volatility isn't a setback, it's a recalibration. You're not losing your grip. You're learning to feel more fully, more honestly, more in sync with the truth of who you are. Science will tell you that our brains operate within certain frequency ranges, delta, theta, alpha, beta, and so on, and that external frequencies, like the Schumann spikes, can influence these brainwaves. It's why our sleep patterns might change, or why meditation suddenly feels more intense. Your brain is syncing with something much larger than itself. But there's something even deeper at play, something that science is only beginning to scratch the surface of. On a soul level, these energetic surges act like an upgrade, a kind of software update for your entire being. Many spiritual traditions speak of DNA activation during moments like this, not in some science fiction way, but in the sense that parts of your genetic code, ancient, dormant, wisdom-laden strands, begin to stir. You may not feel it happening in a physical sense, but suddenly you're thinking differently. You're perceiving reality with more nuance, more compassion, more vision. You're seeing beyond the surface. You're remembering something that, until now, lived only in the background of your consciousness. The pineal gland, often called the seat of the soul, is especially sensitive to these frequencies. Located deep within the brain, this tiny gland plays a huge role in our inner vision, our intuition, our connection to the unseen. When the frequencies rise, this gland gets activated. You might experience flashes of insight, expanded dreams, even a heightened sense of synchronicity. It's like someone turned up the dial on your spiritual awareness, and suddenly, you're not just living, you're awake. Your heart, too, is not just a pump, it's a portal. Frequencies like these often trigger heart-opening experiences, not always in the way we expect. Sometimes it comes through tears, through remembering something you'd buried long ago, through feeling a surge of love for someone or something you can't explain. This is your heart responding to the light, to the codes being received. And yes, many traditions, from the ancient mystics to modern intuitives, speak of these surges as opportunities to receive light codes. These aren't physical downloads, but energetic transmissions, bursts of information, guidance, and healing, encoded in light, meant to awaken dormant gifts within you. Creativity begins to flow again. Old fears begin to fall away, and you begin to feel called, truly called, to step into something greater, something more aligned, something that feels like home. It's important to realize that this awakening doesn't look the same for everyone. For some, it shows up as inspiration, a sudden idea that lights you up from the inside. For others, it might look like shedding, the gentle or not so gentle release of what no longer serves you. And for many, it's a deep quiet, a stillness that whispers, "Listen, there's something new coming, but you need to make space first." You might find yourself drawn to new practices, breathwork, grounding, time in nature, journaling, silence. These aren't trends, they're tools. Your system is guiding you toward what it needs to process the surge. And the more you listen, the more you begin to recognize that you are not just being changed, you are co-creating that change. You're not at the mercy of these waves. You are learning to ride them. We live in a world that often disconnects us from our bodies, from our inner wisdom, from the earth. But these frequency spikes, they're the reminder, the nudge, the awakening. They ask us to slow down, to feel, to remember, to connect. They ask us to become whole again. So if you've been feeling off, more emotional than usual, more tired, more activated, let this be your confirmation. You're not broken. You're not lost. You're tuning in. The static is clearing. The old layers are falling away. And beneath it all, something extraordinary is unfolding. Something ancient and beautifully new. You are evolving. You are remembering. You are receiving. Not just energy, but clarity, purpose, truth. The kind of truth that doesn't come from outside, but rises from within, strong and quiet and sure. These waves aren't here to shake you. They're here to wake you, to awaken the codes in your DNA, to rewire the patterns that have kept you small, to activate the deepest, most radiant version of yourself. And the best part? You don't have to do anything perfectly. You don't have to have it all figured out. All you have to do is stay open. Trust the process. Feel what needs to be felt. And know, truly know, that you are being guided every step of the way. Have you ever woken up lately and just felt off? Like the world around you looks the same, but something inside you is different. It's almost like your body knows a secret your mind hasn't quite caught up to yet. Maybe you've been feeling waves of exhaustion out of nowhere, or you suddenly can't seem to get grounded, like your feet are on the earth, but your head is floating somewhere a few dimensions above. Or maybe it's been emotional, deeply emotional, highs that feel blissful, and then lows that sneak up on you just as quickly. If that sounds familiar, breathe, because you're not alone. And more importantly, there's nothing wrong with you. In fact, you may just be waking up. Right now, across the planet, millions of people are reporting the same kinds of symptoms: physical, emotional, even spiritual, all rising at once like a tide. It's not just stress or a random mood swing. These are what many are beginning to understand as ascension symptoms, the byproducts of a system in transition, a soul that's expanding, an energy body recalibrating to match a new frequency. You may be feeling intense fatigue, even after a full night's sleep. That's your body doing deep internal work, repairing, upgrading, integrating more light. You might be feeling lightheaded or dizzy, like gravity is having a hard time keeping up with the shifts you're experiencing. That's your energy field expanding. It's your consciousness lifting, stretching beyond the usual parameters of what you thought was real. You may have noticed time behaving strangely, speeding up, slowing down, or folding in on itself in bizarre ways. Hours go by in minutes, or minutes feel like eternities. That's not your imagination. Time itself is responding to these higher frequencies. Your perception is changing because you are changing. And then there are the emotions, the waves that come in fast and deep. One moment, you feel on top of the world, present, grateful, heart wide open. And the next, you're overwhelmed by grief, fear, or doubt. Let yourself feel it. Let it move through you. These are not setbacks, they're purges. Old emotional energy is surfacing so it can finally be released. Not because you're broken, but because you're healing. And just as quickly, moments of clarity arrive, moments of peace, bliss, a sudden knowing that you're exactly where you need to be, that something sacred is unfolding, even if you can't quite name it yet. That too is part of the ascension process. It's not linear, it's not predictable, it's wild and raw and deeply beautiful. The truth is, you're being attuned, calibrated, upgraded. Everything you're feeling is your system adjusting to a higher rhythm, one that your soul recognizes even if your mind is still catching up. You're not going crazy, you're remembering. But let's go even deeper, because this surge, this spike in the Schumann frequency, this energy some are calling power 52. It's not a glitch in the system. It's not random. It's not chaos. It's an invitation. It's a call from the earth herself. A call from the divine intelligence that lives within you and around you, asking you to let go of the old, to release the outdated patterns and false beliefs that have kept you small, to shed the lower timelines that told you you're not enough, not ready, not worthy. Because here's what's really happening. This is your soul's evolution accelerating. This frequency spike is more than just a shift in vibration. It's a quantum leap, a cosmic green light telling you it's time to remember who you are beneath the programming, beneath the fear, beneath the armor. You came into this world carrying a divine blueprint, a unique signature, a sacred frequency. And for a long time, life may have pulled you away from that truth. But now the veil is lifting. These waves are helping you return to your original resonance, that pure, radiant, sovereign self that existed long before the noise, the expectations, the trauma, the masks. You are being invited to align with your highest self, not in some abstract spiritual jargon, but in real, embodied, soul-shaking ways. You may find yourself wanting to clean out your space, to walk away from toxic relationships, to speak more truthfully, to live more simply. These impulses are not coincidences. They're symptoms of awakening. They're part of the upgrade. They're how your system says, I'm ready, let's step into something new. And yes, it may be uncomfortable. Growth always is. The old you, the one shaped by survival, by fear, by fitting in, may resist. That version of you might cling to the familiar. But these waves are calling you beyond the familiar. They're calling you into freedom. This is a moment of divine orchestration, not just for you, but for humanity. As the earth raises her frequency, we're being asked to rise with her, to shed the distortions, to unplug from the illusion, to become sovereign creators of our own reality. So if you've been asking for more clarity, more purpose, more connection, more truth, this is the moment you've been waiting for. It just might not arrive the way you expected. It might not come wrapped in comfort. It might come as a breakdown, as a reckoning, as a moment of deep honesty with yourself. But inside that moment, something sacred is unfolding. You're being refined, called forward, initiated. These frequency spikes are like tuning forks, aligning you with your highest timeline. Every symptom, every emotion, every shift is a signal, a whisper, a reminder that you are becoming more fully you. And what's waiting on the other side of this passage isn't just healing. It's embodiment. It's clarity. It's the kind of freedom that only comes when you're no longer carrying the weight of who you thought you had to be. So breathe into it. Let it move through you. Cry if you need to. Laugh when the light breaks through. Rest when your body asks. Trust when your soul nudges you forward. This moment, this Power 52 surge, isn't something happening to you. It's something happening for you. It's the earth, the cosmos, your own higher self, conspiring to bring you home. Not just to a place, but to a frequency, to a state of being that feels like truth, like peace, like real power. You're not broken, you're becoming. You're not lost, you're being found by yourself, by your purpose, by the rhythm that was always meant to guide you. So keep going, keep trusting, keep listening. You're right where you need to be. Sometimes, when these energy waves come rushing in, it can feel like standing in front of a tidal surge, beautiful, powerful, and, if we're not ready, a little overwhelming. And that's okay, because awakening, real awakening, isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about learning how to stay connected to yourself even when the frequencies around you are spinning faster than you've ever felt before. These spikes in energy, like Power 52, don't just affect the unseen. They touch the nervous system. They ripple through the emotional body. They light up the spiritual circuitry inside of us in ways that can leave us feeling scattered, unsteady, or even cracked open. That's why grounding isn't just a nice idea right now. It's essential. It's the anchor that helps you stay steady in the storm. And the beauty is, it doesn't require anything fancy. Just intention, just attention, just a return to the body, to the earth, to the breath. One of the simplest and most powerful ways to ground is by literally touching the earth. Barefoot, skin to soil, grass under your feet, sand between your toes. This isn't spiritual fluff, it's science and soul intertwined. The earth pulses with a natural electromagnetic frequency, and when we make contact, it calms the nervous system. It resets the body's electrical field. It reminds us, you belong here, you are safe, you are held. Even a few minutes a day can shift everything. And if you can't get outside, open a window, stand in the sunlight, bring nature inside. Houseplants, stones, a bowl of water. Let the elements be your allies. Nature doesn't ask you to be anything other than what you already are. And in a world that often demands performance, that's healing all by itself. Water is another grounding force, but not just any water. Try to drink water that's structured, living, pure. Water holds memory. It holds energy. And when you drink it consciously, with the intention to clear and align, it becomes a conduit for transformation. Add a pinch of salt, a splash of lemon, or even speak loving words into your glass. It might sound strange, but your cells will feel the difference. And then there's the emotional body. These waves stir things up, and sometimes that means feelings come up fast and messy. Don't judge it, just write. Journal. Let the pen catch the emotion before it takes root in your body. You don't need to fix it, solve it, or even understand it. Just let it out. Make space. Give yourself permission to feel. Because every emotion you honor is energy released. Salt baths can also be magic, not just for relaxing, but for clearing energy. Salt, especially Epsom or Himalayan, pulls tension from the body and helps dissolve energetic debris. Add some essential oils, light a candle, play soft music, and let the water take what you're ready to release. This is ritual. This is care. This is sacred hygiene. Crystals, too, can support you. Not because they're trendy, but because they're ancient tools that carry specific frequencies. Stones like black tourmaline or shungite are known for their protective qualities. Keep them close, in your pocket, under your pillow, by your devices. Let them help absorb the static, the noise, the excess that doesn't belong to you. But more than any tool or technique, remember, protection starts with intention. You don't have to fear these waves, but you do have to stay aware, conscious, clear. You are responsible for your energy field. So take a moment each day, in the morning, before sleep, or any time you feel scattered, and visualize yourself surrounded by light. A sphere of calm, golden light wrapping around you like a second skin. Nothing that doesn't serve your highest good can enter. Nothing that doesn't belong to you can stay. Speak it. Mean it. Own it. You are the guardian of your own space. That's the physical side. The grounding, the protecting, the integrating. But just as important is the deeper invitation woven into all of this. Because these waves, they aren't just here to stir the waters. They're here to awaken the soul. What if you stopped seeing them as something happening outside of you and started seeing them as a sacred activation, a cosmic nudge, a divine reminder? This is not just a moment in time. It's a threshold. When you feel these energetic surges, it's not just your body reacting. It's your soul responding. It's the part of you that's been whispering, quietly, patiently, beneath the surface. There is more. You are more. It's time. This is your moment to partner with the energy, to co-create with it, to ride the wave with awareness, instead of resisting it with fear. Sit in stillness. Meditate, not to escape, but to listen. Ask yourself, what is trying to awaken in me? What truth am I being asked to remember? What am I being invited to release so I can step more fully into who I really am? Let your breath guide you into that quiet space where answers begin to rise. Set intentions, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of vision. Declare the life you want to live. Speak into existence the version of you that's aligned, free, whole. Because these waves are amplifiers. They carry your thoughts, your intentions, your emotions into the fabric of the universe more quickly, more powerfully. Use them wisely. And above all, remember, awakening isn't passive. It's not something that just happens to you while you sit back and wait. It's a choice. 1,000 small choices made every day to show up, to feel, to release, to believe, to trust, to act. This path is not about escaping your humanity. It's about infusing it with light. And the more consciously you engage with these shifts, the more gracefully you move through them. You're not just here to survive the energy. You're here to use it, to transform with it, to step into your higher self, not someday, not when it's convenient, but now. Right here, in the middle of the shift, in the middle of the unknown. You are more ready than you realize. So walk barefoot, breathe deep, set boundaries, drink your water, hold your crystals, write your truth, speak your prayers, and most of all, trust your process. This is your soul saying yes. This is your remembering. The energy is rising, but so are you. There's something extraordinary happening, not just inside of us, but all around us. Something ancient, something cosmic, something deeply personal, and yet wildly collective. These spikes in the Earth's frequency, these Schumann surges like Power 52, they aren't random tremors. They are part of a much bigger picture, a great unfolding that is touching every corner of life as we know it. And when we pause long enough to feel beneath the surface, something inside whispers that this shift has been coming for a long, long time. We are not separate from the Earth. We are not passengers on this planet. We are participants in her evolution. We are cells in her body, reflections of her heartbeat. As Gaia raises her frequency, we rise with her. She's not just spinning in space. She's awakening. And she's inviting us to do the same. The systems we've known, the ones built on fear, control, and disconnection, are unraveling, not because the world is ending, but because a new world is beginning. These waves, these energetic pulses, are not shaking us apart. They are shaking us awake. They're dissolving the illusions that kept us asleep for so long. They're revealing what's real. You might have felt it. That sense that truth is getting louder. That lies don't sit the same way in your body anymore. That your intuition is sharper, your heart more open, your tolerance for anything less than authentic gone. This is not a coincidence. This is the earth attuning us to a higher dimension, a new field of being that operates not from the mind, but from the heart, not from separation, but from unity, not from fear, but from love, real love, embodied love, expansive and alive and deeply awake. And it's not just philosophy, it's energy, it's frequency, it's the silent knowing that who you are is more than a name, a role, or a body. You are energy, you are vibration, you are part of a cosmic symphony that is retuning itself right now. The Schumann Resonance spikes are just one expression of that music, and your body, your soul, your spirit, they are instruments learning how to play in this new key. So let yourself be tuned. Let yourself soften into the frequency of truth. Let go of what no longer fits. It's okay if it feels unfamiliar. Awakening always does at first. But just like the earth is shedding her old skin, so are you. And what's being born in its place is radiant, real, aligned. You are not a spectator to this shift. You are the shift. Your healing matters. Your light matters. Your awakening contributes to the whole. Every time you choose presence over distraction, compassion over judgment, truth over comfort, you ripple something powerful into the collective field. This is what it means to live in alignment with Gaia, to feel her rhythm as your own, to remember that you are her child, her mirror, her voice. She is not just beneath your feet, she is within you. And these energetic surges, they are her way of calling you home. Home to your intuition, home to your embodiment, home to a reality where we no longer live from the outside in, but from the inside out, from soul, from purpose, from frequency. So take a breath, feel into your body, feel into your truth, and know, truly know, that you are not alone in this. You are part of a rising wave of souls. Souls who are waking up, not just in theory, but in experience. Souls who are remembering what it feels like to live with integrity, to live with presence, to live in harmony with the earth and the cosmos. And now, we reach the sacred question. Will you answer her call? Will you trust what you're feeling, even when it defies logic? Will you honor the pull towards something deeper, even if it takes you off the beaten path? Will you choose to listen not just with your ears, but with your whole being, your cells, your dreams, your breath? Because the earth is speaking, the stars are aligning, and Power 52 is not just a number. It's a moment, a gateway, a frequency wave carrying you back to yourself. So let this moment be your reminder. You are not here by accident. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are energy. You are vibration. You are light encoded with wisdom. And you are waking up. Stay close to that knowing. Nurture it. Share it. Let it grow. And if you felt something stir in your soul today, a flicker of truth, a breath of clarity, a sense that this is what you've been waiting for, let us know in the comments. Tell us what you've been experiencing. This is a community, and your voice matters. If this resonated with you, give it a like. And if you want to keep riding this wave with us, don't forget to subscribe. There is so much more to come, and we're rising together. Until then, stay grounded, stay open, stay awake, and let the earth tune you back to truth.